10 questions brought to you by Naterno Home Services, Greg Bedard's choice for home services. Naterno, your local family-owned home service experts. Upgrade to a brand-new Bryant HVAC system with 0 down and 0 interest for 60 months. Visit NaternoHome.com/Bryant. That's Naterno, Notturno, NaternoHome.com/Bryant. For details, buzzer options, Jimmy. Don't a lot of Drake May's balls feel kind of like lollipops?
Yes.
Huh. Well, you people would know. Sorry. It's electric.
It's electric.
Next.
Tonga truck.
Love Tonga. Number 10. Go ahead, next.
Last one, and obviously my favorite.
You have a thought, Greg?
Not really.
Perfect. Number 10, please. Go ahead. You have a thought, Greg?
Not really.
And I will just say up front, a lot of these are for Murray, but we can all weigh in. Number 10, do you feel the refs' favorable treatment of the Chiefs persists, has waned, or never existed in the first place?
I think it has waned a little bit. I've never been big into this. And by the way, freaking Mike from Woburn sent me a DM yesterday wanting the all-22 film of the Sean Payton penalty. Leave me alone. Go away.
So great.
I can send that to him. I would say it never existed in the first place. Completely phantom, made up in the heads of people who got all types of calls in their favor for years, no longer are getting them because you're not good, which is really the issue, and need someone to blame.
No, it definitely exists. You live in a bubble. Don't pee on my back and call it rain. My eyes work. It's waned a little bit this year, but the refs have been the 12th man for the Chiefs the last few years. You know it. I know it. The world knows it. The end.
Number 9.
Tonga truck.
Thoughts on Sean Payton getting penalized for running into an official during an interception return, and I would actually amend that to say getting run into by an official during an interception return.
So I've only seen the close-up replay that they showed. I have not watched the all-22, Mike, because I have a life. I don't have a problem with it. Didn't Gene Steratore come on and say that's an automatic penalty? Something like that? That's what I remember. So whatever, Sean Payton, pay attention, dude.
I've heard a lot of coaches say you got to get out of the white area. You can't be in the white area. So get your ass out of the way. What the hell are you doing? Out. Get out of the way. He's going to get fined for it, too, by the way. And he should.
Who's that?
Stay off the field.
The ref, you mean?
And I love Peyton.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know that. Yes, you need a get-back guy. Fine. But watch the ref. There's emphasis with the right elbow right into the chest of Sean Payton. So in a just society,
He targeted him and elbowed him.
Bounty?
there's a
chicken wing.
there's a chicken wing.
He took out a bounty.
Bounty payback?
So in a just
Referee
society, Peyton should get to tackle that ref, take the flag, and shove it down his throat.
It was a good call. It's a good call. Get out of the way, you bozo. One of these coaches, what, are you going to run down the sideline with the guy like Vrabel? Freaking hardo.
Where's Sean McVay's twin behind him?
Get out
get back,
of
guy.
the way.
Seriously.
They have that giant white stripe, the giant white end line is so you get your ass away from the field. That was on Payton. It was the right call, and he should be fine.
Yeah, I don't go to see some 60-year-old rolling around on the ground.
Next one. It's electric.
It's electric.
Thoughts on the continuing fourth down epidemic in the NFL, and in particular, the situation in Detroit Lions. So we all know by now went 0 for 5 in Philly on Sunday night. It was really 0 for 6. They got penalized on one and then ran out the punt team. They, in so doing, they passed up on field goal attempts of 63, 58, 50, and 20 yards. Your thoughts on this?
So overall, I don't mind the fourth down thing across the league. I like that they're going for it more and all that stuff. However, what drives me absolutely up a wall is these hardos like Dan Campbell and John Harbaugh who just say, this is the way we play, this is what we do, and don't read the game at all. Don't think about what kind of game you're in. Remember the Ravens lost the first round game at home a couple years ago, or a divisional game, when Harbaugh went for a bunch of times and he's just like, that's who we are, we're just going to do it. Yeah. Dan Campbell lost the NFC Championship game in San Francisco because he did that same sort of thing. You're against the Eagles. It's windy. It's cold. Realize what kind of game you're in and then call it from there. Adjust. It's not like one blanket fits all. I hope Vrabel and Stretch are not going to be idiots when it comes to this stuff.
Don't you think we've already seen indications that they're not?
Yes.
They took the points at the end of the first half in Buffalo,
Yeah.
I want to say.
And then again with Cleveland.
And then Cleveland, they did it, right? I want to say they did it twice. They went for it here, but I think those were all sort of game-specific.
Right. I think they realized, like, okay, we're going up against
Well, no. It was I'm sorry to cut you off, Greg. It was more about we're in Buffalo on the road. We have a chance to have a lead. Even if it's just 6-3, there's a psychological benefit there to having a lead
Yeah.
in that spot.
It was a little nutty against Tampa.
the
I
Tampa
thought.
one.
But
I
hold
didn't
on.
love.
But listen, but it was also based on, well, if I'm going to give up first down, then I better score a touchdown because that's going to look
Yeah, it was about him.
that's too much air out of the sails. But at least it wasn't just a chart. You know what I mean? He's going off of some feel, whether it was selfish or wrong or right. It was game specific.
Yes.
It wasn't just based off of a sheet. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and take away the 2 field goals out of the longer ones that you said, 63 and 58.
Sure.
Who knows? Okay, but if you make the other 2, you lost by 7.
You win.
Right, you're down 1 anyway, and now you only need a field goal to win the game.
When they went for the one that would have been a 20-yarder, they were down 7. They would have tied the game.
It just completely changes. Exactly, totally changes the
It
game.
would have tied the game if they had scored the touchdown. Well, I didn't mean that, but it would have. There was plenty of time left. They would have been within a touchdown to the next. Go ahead.
It's what Greg is saying. I talked about this yesterday with Mazz and Perlow. They've lost all feel for the game. I mean, that you needed to take 3 points at certain points in that game if you're Detroit.
Take the point.
My thing, the whole thing is outrageous, and what's outrageous is that there is no way that the numbers add up on the back side of it. And I feel the same way about the NBA three-pointer. On the front side of it, their numbers say this. Obviously, because they keep going for it. They keep shooting out there, and they keep going for it on fourth down because the numbers say this. As the results come in, there's no way those numbers still add up. We've seen it in basketball. It's proven. It's a fact. Those super high shooting three-point teams, attempts-wise, don't win championships. It hurts them. It doesn't help them. We've seen it. We saw it here in Boston. We see it here in Boston. I bet you if they ran the same thing with the Lions, they'd find out that if they just kicked, they'd be ahead of the game. And what's outrageous is that they don't change because the analysts are in command. And I still believe it's more about the nerds than it is about Campbell. The analytics department runs the show. They have jobs because they convince the owners that their models work and their algorithms work. And if the owners didn't believe in those algorithms, they wouldn't have a job. And those guys have been able to take over our sports. And so they still keep doing it, even though it clearly doesn't work. That, to me, is the outrageous part.
Mike, if you haven't seen the second half of Miami, Washington, do a little research on that one from Sunday.
Oh, yeah? Was that the Europe game?
Yes.
The Madrid game? I watched.
Yes.
Ridiculous, huh?
Unbelievable stupidity on both sides.
My fault. I've gone too long as usual. Next. Don't a lot of Drake May's balls feel kind of like lollipops?
Yes.
Thoughts on Cam Scatterbo, who is on the injured reserve with an ankle injury, getting involved in a vicious physical altercation ringside with Dominic Mysterio at Monday Night Raw last night.
So I didn't know anything about this, but I will say this is totally in character for this guy, and it's a matter of time, I don't know, 4 or 5 years when he burns out of the NFL that he's going to be doing MMA or any whatever they do.
He's not big enough. It's amazing
He
when you
isn't?
see him against the wrestlers, how small he looks. Go ahead.
This kid's been in the league for 10 games. I'm already sick of him. I'm done with Cam Scatterbo. And I watched Arizona State last year. It was fun to watch. I am so sick of this freaking guy. I hope he vanishes.
I defer to Jay Stu.
How dare he step to Dominic Mysterio, the greatest Mysterio of all time.
There are other Mysterios?
Oh, yeah, Rey Mysterio Jr. and Sr.
Oh.
Isn't Mysterio a villain or a superhero?
If you haven't seen the clip, look at the size of Scatterbo next to this Mysterio guy. It's like
Tiny.
These NFL players are kind of undersized.
Yeah, they're
when you
small.
get to the wrestling ring next. You have a thought, Greg?
Not really. No.
Number 6, which franchise should be more worried about their quarterback situation, the Seahawks or the Vikings?
Long term, the Seahawks. But in the short term, it's the Vikings. I mean, do you realize that J.J. McCarthy with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, Kevin O'Connell, he has completed 53% of his passes. That's basically impossible to do.
I read a stat where he missed 19 open receivers in this last game versus Chicago. I may have misheard that, but the number I heard was 19.
I bet you he's still better than Shadur Sanders. The answer is Minnesota. Seattle's fine. Minnesota's a disaster.
It's the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy, so I went to the Brook, so I watched all these games. And if you really watch, he can't throw to his left. He has no consistency to his throws. His wide receivers don't trust him. He can't get on the same page with Justin Jefferson, who's the best wide receiver in the game. He is arguably the best coach for a quarterback in the game, in Kevin O'Connell, and he can't get anything out of him. He stinks. They need a new quarterback. They got to draft again.
By the way, he carved up the Patriots that second day in Minnesota. Carved them up.
So everybody is saying McCarthy. Meanwhile, Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions against the Rams and is now 0-3 with 5 picks against L.A. over the last 2 seasons. And that's obviously who Seattle might have to go through, and they're in the same blah, blah, blah.
It's an obstacle.
Okay, next. It's electric.
It's electric.
With the suspension of Jamar Chase in mind, what is worse, I ask you? What's the bigger tool bag move? Getting spat on or getting cranked in the nuts? Another way to put this is pick one. You can get spat on or jacked in the groin. Which one would you take?
If I'm not wearing a cup, and a lot of these guys don't.
No cup.
Okay. I don't want my boys to be Mac Jones. Okay? Don't want it.
So spit on me.
Yep, go ahead. Just spit on me all you want.
I'd rather get cracked in the nuts. I would.
We can test that on the
I wouldn't
commercial
even
break.
bat an eye on it. Like, to me, it's not even. There's something about spitting that is like degrading. You know, that is someone telling you're worth the saliva in their mouth and you're the bottom of their shoe. That is really insulting, and I mean that.
I'm with Greg. I don't want to get kicked in the nuts because then I can't get you. If you spit on me, it's degrading. It's awful, but I can still get you. If you kick me in the nuts, I'm down. I can't do anything.
Yeah, I'd have to take the spit, I guess. But it's like, even though we say that that's like the worst thing you can do to a guy or someone, and
I mean, that's how
a
I
human
feel.
being is spit on him.
Oh,
But if you have to line up, okay, I'm going to line up and I'm going to spread them,
Okay.
and you can just go ahead and.
well, Murray makes a good point. You've been rolling around on the ground before you can get up and do anything.
I just want to self-correct real quick. I said McCarthy missed 19 open guys. He was only 16 of 32, so I did mishear that. But he misses a crap ton of open guys. Let's just put it to you like that. Next. Tonga.
Tonga truck.
Number 4, are the Eagles the team to beat across the NFL? And if it's not them, who is it?
Despite all their offensive issues, they are the team to beat. That defense with Vic Fangio, the Georgia DTs, now Jalen Phillips, looks like LT out there. He made Penny Sewell, the best offensive tackle in the league, whiff a couple times in that game. They just need to do enough on offense. But I will say, that dingback coach the past 2 weeks is freaking me out with his
Talk about
decisions.
stupid fourth down
Oh, my
decisions.
God.
The one in Green Bay was a fireable offense, I would say.
This one was even worse, I think. I mean, he went for it on fourth down where he's putting them in field. They're up 10. You're giving them the ball in field goal range. They just need a field goal to make it a one-score game. Like, what are you doing?
Today, right now, the Rams are the best team in the league. Matthew Stafford is playing at an otherworldly level, maybe the best football of his career.
I'm with Mazz. I say the Rams, but only because Sunday they showed they can win different ways. They don't need Matt Stafford to throw for 4 touchdowns. They can beat you with a good running game and good defense. So I'm saying the Rams.
I think it's the Eagles, and I think they're that team. If they need to score 30, they'll score 30. That they could do it and play that way if they have to. They just haven't really have to or had to very often. It's the Eagles. Next. Don't a lot of Drake May's balls feel like kind of like lollipops?
Yes.
Lollipops right in your kisser there. Murray has problems with Chip Kelly's work in Vegas. Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator of the Raiders, brought back to the NFL after what, like?
Just like he was with Ohio State last year.
No, but after how long out of the NFL?
Oh, like 7 years, I think.
Okay, so he was out of the NFL for a while. He's back as an offensive coordinator. Murray has an issue with him. What are your thoughts on what's going on there in Vegas? Greg, have you been a Chip Kelly guy in the past?
In the past, yeah. But, that was 13 years ago when he had a cutting-edge offense and he brought it to the NFL. And, he certainly had his moments in Philly. He came in here and beat you with a stupid mortar kick. But, I mean, he's living off his name. And also the fact that he got this job after, coordinating Ohio State. Oh, that was real tough. Judkins, Henderson, Smith, Egbuka, and Tate. I mean, Mazz could be a genius calling plays for those people.
I am a genius, Greg.
Yeah,
what
not
are you
calling
talking
plays.
about? They have a 73-year-old coach and a 61-year-old offensive coordinator.
Not exactly.
You
New
think
wave.
You think it might be time to blow that out and start over?
I was a Chip Kelly guy. I'm with Greg. I thought this would work. He's getting $6 million. He's the highest paid coordinator in the NFL. And you watched that last night. I know the offensive line's terrible. But last year, Geno Smith, through the first 9 or 10 weeks, was in the MVP conversation. He's not that bad. They have Brock Bowers, maybe the best tight end of the game. Genty, who they draft, probably too high. They ran him twice in the first half. The Cowboys aren't that great against the run. I just think he's just stealing money from them.
Next. You have a thought, Greg?
Not really. No.
Come up with a trade to get Joe Burrow out of Cincinnati, one that the Bengals might actually accept.
To the Vikings for J.J. McCarthy, Harrison Smith, Byron Murphy, and a first-round pick.
Not enough.
What?
Minnesota for J.J. McCarthy and 2 firsts.
I was going to go 2 or 3 firsts, but those players probably don't mean much to him.
Great minds. Minnesota Vikings, 3 firsts, 2 second-round picks.
Joe Burrow would be awesome in a dome with Kevin O'Connell as his coach and those receivers. Off the charts. That's the move.
So I still don't know if that's enough. Is the only way they do it if they get they
need a haul of picks.
It also, yes. Who's their next quarterback? Right? So J.J. McCarthy, you couldn't sell him on. Do one of those first-round picks come in the top 3 where there's a guy? How about the Commanders, Jaden Daniels and 2 firsts? Jaden Daniels in a first.
Oh.
Jaden Daniels in a first for Joe Burrow.
Interesting.
Yeah? Okay, something like that. He's got to get out of there. Next. Tonga
truck.
Which leads to the last one. What is the more hopeless NFL franchise? What's more hopeless? Who is more hopeless? The Jets or the Bengals?
The Jets. Because the Bengals have a quarterback. The Jets will never apparently have a quarterback ever.
And I know you mean even bigger and beyond that.
Even beyond where we are today.
Okay, and I will say the Jets. It's still the Jets. The Bengals have gone to a couple of Super Bowls over the decades. They were just in one recently. The Jets never go anywhere and do anything, ever.
It's the Jets. It'll always be the Jets. The Raiders might be the 1B to that, though. That team's hopeless.
Well, Cleveland, there's a couple vying for that. But I definitely put the Jets as more hopeless over the Bengals. Every decade or two,
Cincinnati goes somewhere.
the Bengals just, by dint of being the Bengals and sucking, get high draft picks. And unlike the Jets, every generation or so, they actually hit on a couple of them and get good for a little bit of time. Now, they can't do anything with it because they're so pathetic, and ownership being what it is and all of that. They'll never win a championship. But history has shown that Cincinnati will back into a team every once in a while. The Jets, never. Almost never.
I mean, they've perfected the art of losing.